say, your hair's grown a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, I used a bit of your shampoo, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, it's sort of a bit grey, though.
Yeah, well.
Oh, sorry. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Welcome back to the CONVO Den. Just admiring Joshua's beautiful long locks.
Hey guys, how is all going? Hope he's all going well.
So what are you going to talk about today, Josh?
Well, I actually have something to start with today.
Okay. All right. What do you got to start with?
It isn't full on about COVID, but remember I told you about Avi Yemeni and you laughed the last episode?
Yeah.
So he is a reporter, an internet reporter. So he has the, what do you call it? He has the...
Press pass or something? Yeah, okay.
Well, the accreditation, is that the word I'm looking for? Well, he's got the...
Oh, yeah. You asked me what's in your head, right? Yeah.
Anyway, he's a reporter, just like Channel 7, Channel 10, all of them. And then, when was it? I think on Monday or Tuesday, when the Freedom March happened, he was obviously reporting on it, and then he, because he's been attacked and arrested a few times already by the police, unlawfully, because he wasn't doing anything wrong and he had the accreditation, or whatever it is, to be there and to report. And so he's actually got a few cases against the cops into the Supreme Court. So what my thought straight away is that they can't go after him anymore because they're going to get screwed over if they keep on going after him. So what actually happened, and I'll put it up in a sec and show you just a small part of it. His security guard, that obviously some people may not like what Albie does, so he needs security. All of Channel 10, 7, they all have security as well. So there's this one cop that walks up and you can hear him, he turns around and goes, grab this guy. And it's the security guard that is behind Harvey, like pushing, not so much pushing Harvey, but helping him move forward. And there was no reason for them to arrest the security guard. And then pretty much what ended up happening is that the lawyers got involved and he was set free, and I don't believe he was charged, but Harvey is going to make a new case, I believe, for the security guard because it was an unlawful arrest.
Right, but what is it that you have a concern that
about it coming up here,
or
about them being swapped?
I don't know, because I remember you saying something the other day when you were showing me the clip of it, which is, pretty full on, and I'm a pretty simple person and I don't have too many, you do what you do, but even to me this was a bit overboard. But it's sort of, I think what you were saying to me the other day was that you believe that this COVID stuff is becoming the basis for a lot of stupidity out there, and it's sort of,
they're using COVID to make us sheeple.
I love it, sheeple.
Yes. Look, my main worry is that because of we don't have lockdowns up here, but we've had to wear masks, and it's another week. Each week it's supposed to stop the Friday, and then the Thursday or the Friday they say, no, it's another week. Yeah. So the thing I'm worried about is that we're going to end up like down there. We're going to have cops running around trying to arrest people for walking around. Like there's a few people that have had not permission, but the doctor has said that they're their asthmatic, so they can't wear it.
Yeah.
And the cops down there still go after them. It's like they're given the power because of the emergency laws that come in a health emergency.
Yeah.
And I'm just worried that it's going to come up here and we're going to have to deal with it soon.
But I think it's probably already up here. It's just not as, the cops just aren't as, I suppose, bullyish as they are down there. maybe. You know, like, and yeah, I understand, like I said last time, I understand you told me that, you know, the Health Act or whatever means that there's different rules than what's actually
they can
written out.
They can at the moment change the law.
Override that?
Yeah.
Okay. But, you know, I suppose just to continue a bit on with this, because I've been doing it, you know me, I don't watch news like I said last time, but I hear things all the time, and I do watch little snippets of things here and there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm starting to actually wonder where this is all going to lead to. You know, like, there's one thing I heard from the World
Health Organisation?
No, I don't think it was the World Health, the World Doctor, I don't know, I'd have to look it up to get the right, you know, the right thing. And it was a woman, and she was, like, she had a whole heap of doctors behind her, and she was saying that this is just one of, like, a yearly, it's this year's flu.
Yeah.
And that there is no need for the masks and blah blah blah.
So, like I was saying on the last episode, is that it's been going for 2 years, and that they should have counted it as the next flu season and not kept on counting it as the death toll and the cases.
Yeah, well, see, as I said, because
the flu is seasonal.
it is, and that's what they said. This is this season's flu.
Yeah.
And but anyway, look, you know, we could probably, like your alcoholism, we could probably go on about this COVID thing till, you know, the end of time.
Okay, guys, sorry, but right now is going to be the clip of Avi, and then yes, we will stop talking about this. But as you're about to see, the cops down there are like full on dressed up, mask, helmet. They look like
The SWAT teams, you were
the
saying.
SWAT teams, or they look like terrorist cops or something. Like they're that armed up, and it's like I can kind of understand it in America, but because they have guns, they're allowed guns. Some of us, yes, illegally, not us, but like some people illegally have guns. So yes, they do need to worry about guns a little bit, but why are they dressing up like that to do a protest? It's just going crazy. But yeah, okay, we'll be back in a sec.
I was just going to say, don't forget to let them know that you're going to put the link to this. So you're not going to show you the whole video, like the whole thing, but you'll put the link for it down in the
description.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay, well, we'll be back.
Look at what they've got. Capture it.
That's fine. Capture it.
This is police brutality in Melbourne, mate. That's uncalled for. He's a security guard working on the job. Did you do that to Channel 9? Did you do that to Channel 7? Did you do that to SBS and ABC? Did you?
Members are trying to deal with an offender.
And he's not an offender. He's not an offender. He's my security guard. He's my security guard.
If you stay, grab that guy. Preston. Grab this fella.
No, he's security. He's security. Hey, he's our security, sir. He's our security.
I'm at work.
He's our security. He's our security. He's our security.
All right, then you can go over there.
What? He's our security. That's our. He's working with us. He's working with us. He's working with us. You've arrested our security. You've arrested our security. Just wait. We're not going to tolerate that. We're not going to tolerate that. Working. And I told you guys at the time that he was working security. Look at what they've got. Capture it.
That's fine. Capture it.
This is police brutality in Melbourne, mate. That's uncalled for. He's a security guard working on the job. Did you do that to Channel 9? Did you do that to Channel 7? Did you do that to SBS and ABC?
If he starts preaching, we need to show breaches at the moment. In addition, we might have to raise this.
I'm breaching the CHO directives now, mate. I'm working. I'm on camera with. Okay, do you want to have this argument again? You don't know the law.
Right, move on.
This police station where our security guard is being. Oh, here we go. He was being processed. The lawyers have been on the case talking to the sergeant. They told us he was coming out any minute. He's come out before I even got to do my piece to camera. Daniel, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right.
So they targeted you today.
Yes. I was very clear with the arresting officers that I was at work, who I am, what I'm doing. I mean, I had the high-vis vest on.
With the big security at the back.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it would be pretty obvious from an outsider's point of view that I'm holding you guys, I'm making sure you guys are safe.
It's your job.
Yeah.
You're licensed.
It's a job.
We're paying you to be here. We're paying the company that employs you to be here.
Yes.
You're insured. You're doing everything by the rules.
Yes.
They targeted you.
Correct. And like I tried telling him that during the melee, and he just said, "No, don't care. Get him, go." And I'm like, "I'm working." No, very confrontational. Look, I was punched a few times. Definitely need. I tell you, I mean, it doesn't look as bad now.
Oh, it's red. Can you see that?
I'm telling you.
Come in here.
They were very, very tight, and to me, it felt very malicious and vindictive.
You've got a fine, and I don't know if there are any charge, anything that comes of this. We are 100%, but obviously we're paying your bill for today, including all the hours you spent in arrest, and people at home can help us fund that bill at supportavi.com, because without you, as we saw, I'm in trouble. I can't be at some of these things or anything. There are people that don't like me. Imagine that. So I need you there, but so you know you're not alone. People are actually going to donate to help us cover all the legal costs associated with fighting back fighting the fine and any charges, and potentially even taking them to court on this, because we have a matter in the Supreme Court where we've added a few things, but I don't think I can add your case on that. So we may have to create a new account for you. How do you feel about that? You happy with that?
Yeah, I'd be very happy with that, because to me, like I said, it felt targeted. It was pretty obvious who I am, who you are, what we're doing. It felt malicious and vindictive.
Let me ask you one more important question, because your legal fees are covered, and whatever we got to do, we're going to do, and the Rebel News is behind you, and the viewers are behind you. But for me, most important, are you willing to come back next time?
Absolutely. Like, I've got a job to do.
So, as Mum said, I think you would agree, it's a bit too far.
Bit full on.
Full on, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
especially for someone that wasn't really doing anything wrong, and you can see.
He was doing his job.
Yeah, and he was letting them know that he was the security. I mean, you've seen it anyway if you decided to watch it. But yeah, we've just like the world's just going really sort of stupid. I think, you know, like I've said a lot of times recently, I'm happy. So I'm nearly 60. I'm happy I'm on the other end of my life, because I wouldn't want to be around in another 30 odd years, because yeah, it's bad enough now. I think it's just going to keep getting worse. But yeah. Anyway, so as I said, we could talk about COVID until the sheep come home or whatever.
Okay, well, that was my first thought in that, so do you have one?
Yeah, I was actually sitting watching, I watch YouTube a lot. Just criminal shows, but I was watching, well, you know, those infomercials they have, you know, they talk about, this one was about a supplement to help the liver, because the liver, it's got to do with weight loss.
Okay.
Everything that's, you know, I mean, us fat people will know that, you know, everyone's got a new cure or a new something to help us fat people. The thing that really bothers me about all of this is that nobody wants to help you for nothing. Like, it seems to be that every time someone's got a new thing to help people lose weight, it's like you've got to pay for it. And it's not... Like, they make it out to be the be-all and end-all, and if you don't do this, then you're sort of, you know, doing the wrong thing by you, because, you know, this stuff really helps. And the one I was watching today was about a liver cleansing sort of tablet.
Yeah.
And she tells you all of the things that are in there, like milk thistle and I can't remember the other things, but they all help the liver to rejuvenate. So
detox.
yeah, because the liver is the main function. Its main function is to
Filter.
but also to metabolizing. The liver is the basis of weight loss. Okay.
Okay then.
And if your liver's not working properly, all the toxins in your body and it doesn't mean that you have to have liver disease. Okay, so I had. Apparently my liver's a lot better now since I lost the weight a couple of years ago. But I've got, I had a fatty liver. Apart from it being dangerous and you could just drop dead from it, a fatty liver doesn't allow the rest of your body, doesn't allow the toxins to be filtered, it doesn't, and then the kidneys, the liver and the kidneys are the main detoxifiers of the body. And if they're not working properly, then all the free radicals and all that sort of shit is running around through your body.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're direly sick and you're going to die any second, but if your body's not functioning properly, if those two things aren't functioning, then your body's not at peak.
Yeah,
Okay.
peak performance.
What annoys me is that this, they make it sound like everything about this is top class. And as I said, she lets you know everything that's in there. But don't go out and just get any old milk thistle and whatever the other three things were.
So these are the ingredients, but buy it from me, don't go and get it yourself.
Yeah, exactly, because there's quality, you need the quality ones, and we've worked in the, and look, I understand, like they say they've been in the
Business.
laboratories and, like worked on this for 2 or 3 years, and that costs money, and they put the price on it to be about $150 for whatever, 60 tablets or whatever it is. Well, look, it's the same as Jenny Craig, as Weight Watchers, as Light and Easy, all of these people that they all want to help obesity levels reduce, but they want their bottom dollar, and their bottom dollar's not. I was sitting there and I'm getting really annoyed because there's a lot of these people that have these exercise programs or this diet idea or these supplement ideas, but everyone wants money. And I thought about it. It's like, so what, Krista? What happens if you found something that really helped? Would you charge for it?
Mm.
What would you? You're about money.
Not for you, but for anyone else, yes.
You would. Why is that?
Because they don't deserve anything off of me.
Okay. And see, I don't think I would, because the obesity epidemic, I suppose, if you want to use one of those words, is just getting worse and worse and worse. Okay. I remember, I don't know if I told you, years and years and years ago when I was 18, I was a size 12. And being a size 12 in 1980 was obese. Okay. And I remember my stepsister being, making fun of me. Okay.
No.
And I said to her, better watch out, because one day us fat people are going to take over the world. and when we get hungry, if the food runs out, we're going to come after you guys.
There's nothing on skinny people to eat.
No, but anyway, the funny thing was, like 30 years later, have a look at the obesity epidemic happening. Okay, I'm obese.
But then again, they glorify obesity these days.
No, I don't believe that either. I believe that the obese people that are really comfortable in themselves, okay, I'm comfortable in my skin. I don't look at myself and go, oh my God, you're so fat and disgusting.
What if you're at 600-pound woman?
Oh, I'm halfway there, Joshua.
But what if you're a 600-pound woman?
Well, I don't know, I haven't been that big yet. I can't tell you what I'd feel like if I was, because I've never been there. But I think what annoys me is that, or should I tell you that later? No, I can still tell you now. Okay, I'm obese, but I can still do what I need to do. I don't need to ask anyone's help to carry heavy things or to bend down and grab things. I get on my hands and knees to look for things under, I get up, I get down, I sort of...
Do you understand that you must be pretty fit then? Because the fact is that you're 55 55?
Thanks.
54?
Nine.
Oh, 59. Shite. I just don't want you to get older because then thoughts come of you fucking dying and shit, so yeah. What was my point?
You said you were, that I must be pretty fit.
Because you are 50, you're nearly 60 years old and a bigger girl and you can still do all that, where I know people that are like supposed to be fit and look okay but they can't even pick up a little tiny box.
And that's the whole thing though, Joshua, is that there's a misconception, I believe, about obese people. You know, just because you're obese doesn't mean you're sickly or you can't do, or you're lazy. I remember years ago when we were in another part of Brisbane, and I was looking for a job just up the road. And every time I went up to look for that job, to ask them, because every month or two I'd sort of ask them, "You sure you're not looking for someone?" Anyway, they finally hired me. Okay, and after I'd been there a month and a half or so, they turned around and told me they didn't want to hire me
Because you were big.
because they thought I'd be lazy.
Because most people think big people are lazy.
Exactly right, and I think that's really sad, but yeah. So anyway, my point was with these, everyone's got these ideas to help people, fat people, but everyone wants a whole heap of money.
Yeah.
Like no one can just do it because they want to help. You know, like, and I'll probably get some flack from this, from what I'm going to say right now.
Well, then how about you hold on to your tongue for 2 seconds and we'll be back.
Okay.
You're a dick.
Anyway, the thing that'll probably get me a bit of flack is people and the government talk about how obesity is draining our medical system.
No.
Okay. I don't personally believe that. I understand, okay, diabetes and blood pressure, and I understand all of those things.
That come along with.
But see, the thing is that, okay, every time I go to the hospital, they take my blood pressure, and they look, and then they take it again, and then they look at it.
Because it's good.
Well, it's normal,
Yeah.
okay. But there's been times where they've actually changed cuffs just to make sure that, or, have you got diabetes? No, you haven't.
So what? It's the same kind of thing as they saw you as fat and went, oh,
It's like an assumption. It's like your cousin. Every time, like, okay, so just because you're obese doesn't mean you're unhealthy. I've had blood tests just done recently, and what did the doctor tell me? They're unremarkable. There's nothing physically wrong with me as far as...
normal.
Yeah. So, but, okay, the thing that I didn't say yet, if we're such a drain on the medical system, why can't the government, and I'm talking about not just handing it out, I'm talking about like the morbidly obese like myself, because I'm actually morbidly obese, okay? Morbidly obese that want to lose weight but are finding it really difficult because everything costs so much. Any dietary things are 3 or 4 times more even dietary magazines, Slimmers magazines and stuff, are actually 2 or 3 times more expensive than a normal magazine. The foods are more expensive than the normal foods, which I don't understand, okay? And things that they're finding as things go on, that half the things that are labelled as healthy and aren't exactly that either. And so...
Okay guys, I just got something in the oven that I've got to turn off. Keep talking to
He's
him.
got a bun in the oven. No, he hasn't. But anyway, why can't the government give out to the morbidly obese that really want to lose weight a 6-month supply, if you want to call it that, of something like Light and Easy. Because for most people that want to lose weight, because there's more to it than eating less and exercising. They're finding out there's other I can't even think of the word. There's other reasons, it's not just because I sit there stuffing my face all day or I sit on my bum all day and do nothing. There's more, it involves a lot more than just those two things. So anyway, so to get people like the obese people that want to give them a 6-month supply, as I said, of Light and Easy, one of those food things. They have to, it has to be monitored and stuff, okay. But a lot of people that find it really difficult, if they were shown that if you eat right and...
Isn't the exercise the most important thing?
No, food is 80%.
Okay then.
Of weight loss. Okay, there's people that lose weight that just cut down. Remember when I had cancer a couple of years ago and I lost 30 kilos?
Yeah.
Okay. All that changed, I may have walked a little bit more, but all I really changed was the portion sizes.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what worked for me. And I mean, I wouldn't be one of these people that need this or that would want it because I know that I can do this. It's just a matter of really getting stuck into doing it, okay? But...
Stop pulling my hair. Give it back.
But yeah, I think it's, I just get really annoyed with it's like the smoking thing. People that smoke are told, the lung cancer, the emphysema, blah, 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 another drain on the medical system, blah, blah, blah. Yet they still put all those...
I was about to say, it's a big up for the financial system.
Yeah.
Same with the alcohol.
Yeah, but they test, all of the...
Jengo, stop please.
all of the...
Stop.
He's an abusive animal hater. No, he's not really. But everything, they make
I don't know
money.
if Mum introduced these two, but this is Chewy and that is Django. I know she introduced the cats, but I don't know if she introduced the dogs. Say hello, Chewy. Up there. Hello. Okay.
Jingo's a really jealous little shit. But yes, I just wish that, so I think if they started, if they did this for 6 months, and as I said, medically watched, like doctors, and if they didn't adhere to whatever, it was taken off them. But to give them a start on the journey of weight loss, because with a lot of people, once they see that something works, then they're more inclined to stick to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. As I said, I wanted to bring that up because it just annoys the crap out of me that every time, and so many people have got so many ideas and so many, this is definitely going to work and that's definitely going to work. I actually, but everything costs money. And it's only because, it's always about the bottom dollar, I think, for everybody, for everything. And, I don't think it should always be that. Yes, I'm never going to be a millionaire, but that's all right too, because I don't need to be. But if I've found something that helped me, I don't believe that I'd charge for it. I do it to help, isn't that what you're supposed to do as well, is help people?
Well, there's a lot of people that have been called quacks and stuff like that have figured out certain things, but because it doesn't align with what the pulling my hair. Thank you.
Did you just say ow?
Yes.
It's not even your hair. Oh my gosh.
They don't know that.
No, of course not.
It's grown in a week.
Yeah.
Very long in a week.
Yes, yes. Yes.
I forgot what I was saying. Because it hurt me. He hurt me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Dickhead. I mean, oops, sorry. Yeah. I think that, you know, somewhere, people should just share what helps them to try and help other people. You know, it shouldn't always be about, and ridiculous amounts of money. You know what I mean? Like, and with this milk thistle and other 3 products, like, why can't I just go out and get the milk thistle and other 3 products and, oh, you can't do that because it needs to be a certain amount of this and a certain amount of that, and we've worked it out, we've got the perfect combination, and that, like, you're supposed to take these things for an extended period of time. So, like, yeah. Josh, I need you to grab that white thing, those white things over there.
What?
Those white things. They're not gloves. I have to show you something. I want to show you something, okay? This is really weird. Like, I go to a weight reduction club talking about weight. And it's not Weight Watchers, but yeah. Anyway, so my feet were really cold the other day. Yeah, hang on. My feet were really cold the other day, and they turned around and they said, oh, like, we had a raffle thing. And anyway, they said there's a pair of socks up there. Anyway, I won them because I won, you know, the raffle. Anyway, so I looked at them and I went, oh, these aren't socks. Because, look, okay. I said, they're gloves. So anyway, you know, sitting there, put my fingerless gloves, okay. Anyway, the ladies turned around, so I just saw, yeah, they're fingerless gloves.
They look like fingerless gloves.
They do, but anyway, as I got pointed out, no, there's a heel here, okay, right here. So, as you can see, there's a heel.
So it's a toeless sock.
But it doesn't even make sense to me. Like, why?
Why wear a sock if it's not going to cover your foot?
But like, why? What the? Okay. I mean, what?
I don't know if they can see that low, so once you put it on, you might have to lift your foot up a little bit, just so they can see what it looks like.
Okay, hang on. Okay. Can you see that? Oh, no, hang on. Eek. What? What are you laughing at? So, what's that about? Like, what's that about?
Can anyone that knows what that's about put in the comment, please?
Yeah, if anyone has ever seen these, because it just doesn't make sense to me. I understand fingerless gloves, because they help you, you know, if your hands are cold, they help you pick up stuff and, you know, like,
Maybe they were made for chimps, because they can pick up stuff with their toes.
Oh, so can I, but still. Like, what the hell? Let us know, okay, because I've never seen them before. Maybe I should look it up, hey? Anyway, so that was just my little rant about the weight loss industry, and yeah, as you said, like with alcohol and smokes and all that sort of stuff, you know, everyone makes sure they get their bite of the pie, hey? But yeah, sorry, I'm just going to look. So anyway, what do you got to say for yourself?
Oh, good thing I'm not morbidly obese, I guess. No.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
You'd be classed as obese.
Obese, yes, I am obese.
Yeah, so what am I looking at? Toeless toeless socks.
They're gonna tell us in the comments. There's no point looking it up.
Well, I want to just check it out myself.
What are you gonna tell them? Because then there's
Toeless
no point
socks.
putting in a
I will.
comment then. Then they're like,
I love this, you know, when you push a little microphone and speak into it so that you get... So,
yeah, search Google with the microphone, yes.
I said toeless socks and it came up homeless socks. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just go back.
Oh, I got a happy thing to talk about. In about 2 weeks, I'll be finished fixing my floor of my boat. I had to cut out the whole floor because it was soft, and replace some of the supports for the floor. So within 2 weeks, we might even make a little vlog of us going out on the water. But yeah, I'm excited about getting it out there.
Well, let me tell you, there's nothing here.
So there is no reason for them.
Well, I can't see them. Like, there's all these pictures here, but there's no, I mean, they've got toeless socks, okay, they do have those. And I don't understand the need for, like, that either but nothing like I've got there. Wow, hey? That's definitely different. But anyway, guys, if you do know what they are, if you have seen them before, let me know because I'm really curious.
But let's say, do you know a lot of stuff in the world was actually invented in Switzerland? Do you know the reason I know that?
Do you know I was invented in Switzerland?
You weren't invented, you were created.
Hey, what's the difference? Created, invented, it's the same sort of thing.
Yes, I'll just agree.
Yeah, thanks. But, so anyway, are we going to go anywhere else with this at the moment, or are you just we're going to have a short one today, or?
No, well, it's pretty much I had ideas, I should have wrote them down.
Written them down.
Written. Dyslexic. Yeah.
Yeah, he is actually. He's a smart man, very smart man, but yeah, when it comes to words and stuff, he's not really the best. But it's alright.
Bobby Lee was also what I wanted to talk about. He's got his podcast that he does with his friend, which is Bad Friends. He also does Tiger Belly, which is his practically his wife, and him interviewing people. And there's also Kalila. Hopefully I'm not getting her name wrong. His soon-to-be wife or whatever. She has a podcast as well, which is with 2 other females, and it's Trash Tuesdays. And he's been doing a lot of what do you call it? Psycho with someone that knows what they're talking about. What do you call it? When you go to see someone.
Psychologist.
Yeah, he's been going to see people, and so he's gotten a lot better because he used to just not care about anything pretty much, and it was really it made me feel good because on a podcast for Howie Mandel, he was on, so Bob was on his show, Howie's show, and the thought or the idea of Kalila and him getting married was brought up, and yeah, so he actually might soon get with her, which is a good thing in my opinion. But he's doing pretty well and he's getting his act together pretty much, which is a good thing. Okay guys, we'll be back in a second.
So, I suppose the first thing I'd probably like to say this bit. Yeah, right. Maybe if you guys, if you're sort of watching and would like us to sort of have a conversation about anything in particular, like Josh and I could talk about a whole heap of things, but we don't want to sort of bore everyone else. Although, you know, that's what these things are, maybe...
as I said last episode or the episode before, we're here to talk, it's our opinions, it's our convo den, and if they don't like it, they don't like it, if they do, they do.
Okay, alright. Because I think...
But it would be good to get some comments, like, because we sometimes are trying to find ideas and maybe you could come up with ones that we like.
Yeah. The other thing, like, we... You know, when we're looking at for topics, another really huge topic that I think we could talk about is mental illness.
That's it. That's a whole episode talk, wouldn't it be? That's a big...
Probably more than one.
Okay, well maybe we'll start it, a little bit of it next episode.
Because, and I don't know, like, I said, what's happening in the world at the moment, you know, I suppose the sad thing is, you know, we keep coming back to this particular thing, but this COVID sort of seems to be, I mean, you listen to the news and it's on the news, like it's the first thing on all the news stations and you know, it's how many cases or, you know, all of this stuff, and sort of everything else in the world sort of seems to be falling to the wayside, you know. And that's like I've said to you before, you know, I stopped watching the news 15, 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
Because it's always been about, basically been about all the bad stuff that happens in the world. But there's so much good stuff that happens in this world as well. And that's never reported because people don't want to know about it. Well, I beg to differ.
It's not going to get them views.
Well, I beg to differ. People, I mean, I see a lot of people on a daily basis, and you know, like I hear what other people are saying. And yeah, there's not just me. There's a lot of people that don't watch the news anymore because it's just full of negativity. And as I said,
and they're probably half full of shit.
Well, see, I actually believe that, you know, it's, again, I'm going to go back to the COVID thing. We only know what we get told. That's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
So, you either believe it or you take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
It's kind of, because we don't know. I don't know what's happening next door. But if someone from next door told me what was going on, I'd be inclined to believe them, whereas if the news came and said this is what's happening next door, well, you know, I don't take everything as true unless I see it from it. We've talked about this before, you and I. Joshua used to do a lot of study online about all different sorts of things, and
do you remember what started me on my adventure of researching?
Right from the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought it was the 2012 end of life's thing.
Going back 11 years. 2001, what happened in 2001?
What the fuck do I know? Oh,
We can swear.
whoops.
I was supposed to say, we're not making money yet anyway, so
Okay.
swearing don't really matter.
What happened in 2001?
It involved planes.
Oh, was it 2001?
Yes.
What? September 11th?
Yes. 9/11, 2001.
Really?
I'm 99% sure about that. I'll probably, if I am wrong, I'll get demolished in the comments.
Yeah, well, just now I'm going to see, this is what's good about having a phone. What year was 9/11? Oh, you're right too.
But that's it, a lot of research and a very smart brain.
Did you say a lot of research? Yes, yes. So that's what started you off. But as I said, I think I used to feel that you were really, you put, okay, if I see it, or I touch it, or I smell it, whatever, myself, then I believe it.
So kind of what I said about the ghost is like
Right.
without seeing it or touching it or something.
But just because this is another thing I'm going to probably get stoned for as well. It's like the Bible. Okay, the Bible was written by man.
Yes.
And, you know, you get told it's come down, been handed down. And maybe the initial Bible might have been different, but it's been changed over a lot of years. And so, to me, it's the next person that writes the Bible, it's their interpretation of what was said before. And I think and so if I read an article, and I quite often look online and look at things, but I'll read about 4 or 5 different things, and if they all say the same, then hang on a minute, darling.
Julie, come here.
I'll be more inclined to
Julie,
believe it, to sort of
Come here.
look at it as being right. But you're an arrogant. Come here, Chewie. Come here. Chewie just thinks he's God's gift, so he just expects everyone to run after him. But
Half the time we do.
yeah, because he's really adorable.
Plus he's old.
Yeah.
How old would we be in human years now? 7 times.
Well, I don't know, they reckon that it's only 5 years, not 7, but if you go by the 7, then he's 12 this year, so he's 80.
Oh, right.
84.
And if you go by 5.
Then 5, 12, 60, so he's nearly as old as his mum. But yeah, so I don't tend to, unless I see it, like I listen to people, I listen to their stories and their, like, I don't begrudge anybody's opinions. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. Whether it's the same as mine or not doesn't make it any less valuable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're entitled to ours, they're entitled to theirs.
Yeah. But like as I said, you used to just take so much. That's the way it was. Like you and I used to have arguments all the time because you'd read this and you'd read that and you'd read the other thing, and but that's someone else's opinion. It's not yours. And you used to frustrate the hell out of me because all I wanted was for you to.
Was that kind of when I was speaking about like the Illuminati and it's like there's no way to prove it, so why tell me about it?
And the Freemasons and blah 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 blah. You know, all of the stuff that you were reading, you were just reading all of this stuff, and it was true. Everything was true because that's what you said was true. That's what was written, blah blah blah. And again, I came to the realisation that you're as entitled to your opinion as I am, and that we didn't need to argue about what you believed in because that's what you believed in. I didn't have to believe the same thing, and it didn't matter anymore.
It wasn't with me. It wasn't in my mind a thing of belief. It was a thing of like I had the evidence.
But you don't have evidence. You still don't. You still didn't. You just had someone else's words. And you didn't know this, like we were talking about the what do you call it? The news, the media.
Yeah.
You only know what they say. You only see what they want you to see. And it was the same with what you were reading. You only knew what you knew because of someone else's opinions about something.
No, like with 9/11, Bush was supposed to be somewhere else, but was far away from the crash. He was reading the book, sorry, wrong one. The fat guy, the defence guy over there, the one that shot his mate in the bush. Dick Cheney? Dick Cheney, I think it is. Anyway, one of them, they knew, because they had to go over the intelligence channels, and there's released papers that are actually from the government saying that the intelligence were warning the government about a possible hijacking of planes. And then you look and you see that there's so many people that were supposed to be on that plane, and they would have died, obviously. And there was not Seth Green, McFarlane. He was supposed to be on the plane, but something happened and he wasn't on it. Now he's one of the richest people and keeps on letting out. That's the thing with him as well, is I wonder what he knows, because in a lot of his cartoons he does include stuff like the Illuminati and stuff that is a bit, okay, what's that mean, type thing. But the fact is that they knew about it before it was going to happen. Maybe they didn't know exactly where they were going to attack, but then once they realised they had 2 planes hijacked, the defence people sent I can't remember exactly how many, but fighter jets out, and guess what? They sent them the wrong direction. So by the time they got out over water and did a big U-ey on the water to come back to New York, that they would have been able to actually stop it.
But that's what I'm saying to Joshua. You only know
How's that not evidence?
But you didn't see it for yourself. You weren't there. So all you know...
So I could say that no one died on 9/11 then? It was all bullshit?
You could, yeah. I mean, again, because you don't actually know. Okay, obviously the towers, you saw them, but you don't...
Yeah, but that's media. They could be lying about that too. Do you have that kind of opinion or thought would lead me to go well then anything could be...
But you said to me a lot of years ago that the only thing that's actually real is things you can touch. Do you remember saying that? We had that conversation.
Yeah.
That everything else is just perception.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the same thing. Like, you and I could read a sentence.
And perceive it in a different way.
Yeah. Or we could see something and see, both of us see the same thing, but see something totally different.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's, everything is up for perceived, now I can't talk anymore, see? The fact is that everybody, and again, I don't like reading, okay? I love writing.
Yeah.
And I believe that the reason I don't like reading is because it's other people's words. And I know books, I'm talking about just normal books like novels and that sort of stuff. Because it's other people's ideas.
Yeah.
And books are designed to sort of, help people with their imagination, to get lost in a new little world and all that sort of stuff. Well, I have a tendency when I'm reading something else to analyse it. And so I don't get the enjoyment that you're supposed to get out of reading anyway. But again, like anything that I read in any magazine, I'm always dubious about whether it's real or not. Like, these stories and things that people reckon happened to them. It's like now I'm just going all over the place. Remember like the wrestling, like all these reality shows that are supposed to be real.
Yeah.
And yet you watch it and it's sort of like, okay, so those things don't actually happen in real life. You know, like to that extent. And like, how come the cameras were there just at that moment? Do you know what I mean?
Because it's scripted a lot of it, that's what I'm saying.
Well, and you know, the only thing that's not is our life. Yeah, because we make choices about what
It
we do.
depends if you're a sheeple or not.
Still so cute. I'm not a sheeple. I'm not. Are you a sheeple?
No.
I don't know. I'll have to have another think about that. But yeah. Well, guys, I'm sort of hungry and my dinner's ready, and I suppose I've sort of like just want to go. Okay? We've sort of made a few sort of mixed conversations about a few different things.
We went a bit all over the place, but it's our CONVO Den, so we can do that.
Well, plus, I mean, being us, we do that anyway. You know, and I'm sure we're not the only ones. You know, like people that sit down and talk, and you start off with, say, what's happening on the news, and then next thing you talk about cakes or, you know, like, and you just go through all these different. Have you ever sat down and had a big long conversation with someone and wondered how the hell you got to the end conversation you're having?
How it started with one thing and now it's completely,
It's a completely different thing, yeah.
Yeah, like Chinese whispers.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So anyway, guys,
Well, actually, in 2 seconds, because I want to ask you something quickly. We'll be back in a sec, guys. Do you remember what I was talking to you about before?
no, probably not. But oh gosh.
We might be switching places next.
No, well, you know, you've got your opinions. That's what we were saying about, you know, like opinions and stuff. Well, you know, maybe we'll switch places and I'll see whether I can come to your side of thinking.
So I
about
play
things.
you and you play me.
Well, yeah, sort of.
Yeah, that's.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see what we do, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, dude. Well, guys, I'm off. Mama C says, see you later. Enjoy your days, nights, whatever, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.
Okay, guys. Hope you're enjoying these podcasts. As we said before, we love comments. Please like, share, subscribe if you like these, so you can know when the next video is going to come out, and make sure you hit that bell. Besides that, good night, good evening, good morning, and goodbye.
Bye.